It is 9 minutes after 7 o'clock on the Wake Up Show, Western Oklahoma. John Matthews in for Todd Bruner this morning as he is he's dodging Kenton Woods, what I've heard. Let's pull that thing over. I think we can talk here. Yeah. Grab that one and move it over. And most responsible guys would have done that before we came on the air, but John's just here checking it out. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Thanks for having me on, John.
Thank you. How are you?
Oh, not too bad. Can't believe Todd just bailed on me like that.
Yeah. He said after that misinformation campaign he was running that he needed to dodge you for an interview. And I said,
apparently, yeah.
I'll come do it. So what happened? So there was, you just mentioned, he was on with your opponent, and they were discussing whether you were appointed or elected last time.
Yeah, that's right. They were like, oh, was he elected? Was he appointed? I think he was appointed. No, 3 years ago I ran.
People voted.
That's right. The people voted, and I hope that I've done a good enough job in these 3 years that, I've earned their vote for this upcoming election on August 25th. And one thing I want to make sure people realize is it's an open election. Everybody that is a citizen of Weatherford can vote.
Everybody, no matter which ward you're in, 1, 2, 3, or 4, everybody votes for your election, and then also for the other election as well.
That's correct.
Okay. You don't have to, now, the only rule we have is you have to live in that ward to run for that area.
That is correct as well.
But everybody votes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I got you. Well, we got time here. Let's break some things down. 3 years ago, give me your biggest difference from Kenton Wood now to Kenton Wood 3 years ago before you kind of got into this.
Yeah, well, obviously I wasn't a city commissioner at that point,
right.
So I had other things going, on my mind. But this has been great. I've learned a whole lot by doing this. Definitely with the people that's been on the commission and from the mayor, learning all these things, seeing how it kind of runs and functions. So now I've got some experience,
right.
With things, and so I'm not a newbie to it.
Right.
I'll be able to hopefully stay in office. And be able to keep doing good for the city.
No doubt about it. What's been your is there any surprise or ha-ha moments, or I didn't realize that this was this way, or it's this hard, or I didn't realize how expensive fire trucks are? That's what always blows my mind. Like, I just need about $400,000 for one truck. What? And even that's not even, that's like a brush pumper.
Yeah. So when you get elected, they send you to school. Like it's just a one-day school. That's a mandatory by the state and everything. And then so going through that, learning all the things that they tell you there, it was an eye opener. Like, oh, what did I get myself into? Maybe not, right? But no, it was great. But yeah, things that I want to be bought, and then the questions that people have are what they want to buy.
Oh yeah,
like you're like, oh yeah, I don't know if we need one of those,
right.
And so. We've had the chief of police always ask for a Bearcat vehicle or whatever, and it's kind of his running joke and stuff, and so it's always a fun with that. But yeah, it's been a great time to be able to do this. But there are some crazy
budgetary
numbers. I'm used to my own household.
Same.
Hundreds or thousands of dollars or something. This is like millions,
yes.
Millions of dollars. And so I definitely want to do a good job with the city's money, and
always hear these water grants or whatever else comes in. It's sidewalk grants and all this, and I'm like, man, if I could just get a Matthews household grant, I could take that $200,000 and do something. Versus you hear, and mind you, all important water infrastructure, as you know, as we're talking this morning, and I feel like I should bring it up. Not that you have any effect on this or whatsoever, but there is a mandatory boil right now happening for hydro water as the town-wide E. coli was detected in the town's water source. So just kind of bringing that up. But how important water is. Thomas is fighting right now. They've got, I think, 2 of their pumps down. They're redoing, and just how important it is to stay on top of your infrastructure.
Well, to speak on that, we actually just passed a agenda that was for a $2 million grant. It's a matching grant, which that means if we spend $1 million, we get $1 million from the state on our water infrastructure. And so we're going to be getting some pumps and everything. I believe that they said it was like 6,000 gallons of water daily go through the system, and it's a 10-year-old system. And now they're going to bump it up. I don't know if it quite doubles it, but we're going to be working on 2 different of our well sites to do that. But that's good because we got all these new housing additions going up, and so that's been something that we've done recently.
That is a question I think we all ask, is with all the new housing, because it's everywhere you look, there's a bunch of them, I think 70 to 80, depending on who you ask and what direction they're in. But do we have the sewer system to support that? Do we have the water system to support that? And I guess you're saying the answer is yes?
Yeah. After this, we're working on upgrading it, and so it'll all be there for everything for the future. 10-year-old doesn't sound very old, but when it's running constantly 24/7 type of deal, that takes a toll on it. So this will be a big help to the city.
I'm pretty sure the house I live in turns 11 or 12 years old this year, and if I've learned anything, boy, that's when things start to go away. Whether it be your faucets on your sink, whether it be just a cracked pipe going underneath your concrete, whether it be the other faucet in the shower head now kind of drips. Just things just start. The garage door now doesn't do, is a little wonky. Just something about that 10 to 12 year mark. Things just do. They need some TLC, if you will.
Yeah, being a house owner is a never-ending job. Right?
It never ends. Speaking of TLC, 7th Street. I always like to ask about that street because I feel like it's been a work in progress since I came to college here. Also a speed trap. Don't speed down 7th Street. They'd like to hide in the parking lot, and 25 miles an hour means 25 miles an hour. But as far as it's caved in on itself, I know these huge pipes run underneath it to drain all that water from the north side of town. We call it the 7th Street Rapids. If you've ever seen it when it rains, which I know it hasn't rained here in about 6 years, but when it will finally rain, do you know anything? Is the city planning anything there, major overhaul, or is it just kind of fix it as it collapses on itself?
Yeah, it's kind of, not knowing what it's going to do type of deal. We got to do some infrastructure and looking into that and seeing where to spend the money and which direction to go with that.
Yeah.
And if sinkholes get any bigger, is that the speed trap?
Yeah.
Is that, or is it the officers trying to get you? I don't know which way is the speed trap on that one. But yeah, so slowly working on that. It's kind of a more difficult thing being underground and not being able to see that as well.
Yeah.
But
and it's huge.
Yeah.
I'm just surprised. It's like 15, 16. It's way down there. It's this big culvert. And anyways, lots going on. All right, I want to take a break. I want to come back. I want to talk about the topics, of course, the hot things, the TIF district. Everyone's discussing that right now and who's for it, who's against it. I do want to bring up the Weatherford Public Schools. I know the bond failed for the high school. Just kind of whatever thoughts are on that. And is it time? Is it not time? I know Stafford's bursting at the seams, but Bircham has some room right now. Just depends. I don't know. We'll talk about that as well. And then talk about just the city sales tax a little bit and just kind of address those issues. And it goes with people like taxes. That's all we talk about. I hate taxes. Everybody hates them. But without them, we wouldn't be able to drive on these roads or walk down these sidewalks or flush our toilet, which is I've learned, as we're learning in Hydro today with their E. coli problem. That's important. We'll take a break. We'll be back. It's the morning, the Wake Up Show with Todd Bruner. I'm John Matthews filling in for Western Oklahoma.
Deer Creek Market and Variety in Hydro, the best in friendly small-town customer service, hosting everything from fresh hand-cut steaks, fresh ground beef made in-house, along with fresh fruits and vegetables, grown and made in Oklahoma nuts, candies, salsas, pickles, and more. And don't forget to check out the Variety side, full of unique made-in-Oklahoma gift items. And now, treat yourself to the brand-new ice cream and coffee parlor, your new go-to spot for a sweet scoop or a fresh brew. Shop Deer Creek Market and Variety in Hydro.
The Weatherford Chamber of Commerce is hosting a City Commission Candidate Forum Tuesday night, August 11th at 6:30. It's at City Hall and open to the public. You can also watch our live stream on WBS TV at Right.Media. Our coverage of this candidate forum is brought to you by CJ Southwest Tire, Veteran Towing, Bigfoot Roofing and Construction, and the Weatherford Chamber of Commerce. Tune in August 11th for the Weatherford City Commission Candidate Forum on Right.Media.
Helios Injection Systems has the tools to be a crucial part of any fully integrated production workflow. With our new 12,000 kilowatt laser table, we can cut through a wide range of metals with ease. Whether it's steel, aluminum, or exotic alloys, we guarantee top-tier cut quality to meet even the most demanding specifications. And paired with our fabrication shop, we can handle manufacturing projects with efficiency and precision, no matter the scale. Visit HeliosPumps.com today to find out what it means to work simply.
Hey, real quick, what's the first brand of toilet paper you can think of? You said Charmin, didn't you? Yep, just like 98% of the rest of us. But why is that? Charmin has spent decades consistently branding their name. Car dealers, do your clients like shopping around a little too much? Local boutiques, when the hottest new thing arrives at your store, do people know about it? Quality and customer service, you've got that. But branding your business's name is the most important investment your business can make. I'm Teresa with Right Media. Call me anytime, 772-5939.
Briley Baca is an investment advisor representative of and advisory services offered through Royal Fund Management, LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
One of my earliest memories was waking up to a box of donuts on the kitchen table. By the time I woke up, Dad had already been at work for hours. He'd come home just long enough to leave breakfast for me, take me to school, and then head right back to the office. Back then, I thought it was all about the donuts. Looking back, I realized it never really was. Dad wasn't just building a business, he was building a reputation. One handshake, one family, one relationship at a time. If you're looking for experienced retirement guidance from a family that spent more than 3 decades earning the trust of people we serve, we'd love the opportunity to earn yours. I'm Briley Bacca with Advanced Financial Strategies. Now the donuts are long gone, but the work ethic that put them on the table is still the foundation of everything that we do. Call us today, 323-6800, or visit our website, retirewithbacca.com.
Senate District 26 needs a leader who understands our local economy, not someone learning on the job.
Western Oklahoma needs a leader who has a proven record of listening and accomplishing. For over 40 years, I've run successful businesses thanks to the great people here in District 26. Together, we can continue to do great things. Now I'm ready to serve as your next state senator.
For steady leadership and proven results, vote Rick Cook for State Senate.
Paid for by friends of Rick Cook 2026.
Pepsi Prebiotic Cola in original and cherry vanilla. That Pepsi taste you love with no artificial sweeteners, only 30 calories, just 5 grams of sugar, and 3 grams of prebiotic fiber. That great Pepsi taste with even more to love. Pepsi Prebiotic Cola. Unbelievably Pepsi.
And all Pepsi products are brought to you locally, as always, by the Nicholson family at Pepsi in Clinton.
7:20 on the right time for Western Oklahoma. News Talk KCLI 99.3. John Matthews in for Todd Bruder this morning. He's running Daddy Daycare, doing a great job, too, being Dad of the Year as we're here. High of 105.4 this afternoon. Make sure you get yourself plenty of water, plenty of fluids, all the normal stuff. I think Lacey Swope from News 9 told us dangerous heat today, so be aware of that. In the studio with us, Mr. Kendon Wood, the current Ward 1 commissioner in the city of Weatherford. You can watch and hear him. He, in fact, is going to be on the Tuesday. Coming up tomorrow, there's a forum happening at City Hall. More than go in person. Go watch in person. Jeff Barong, I believe, is moderating that thing. And, again, 6:30 is when that kicks off. But if you can't watch it in person, you can go to WBS TV. It's right there at Right Media. Ward 1, you have Drew Terrell and the current incumbent Kendon Wood. And then Ward 2's incumbent Warren Goldman versus Josh Atkinson. You can hear from all four of them coming up tomorrow starting at 6:30. Shout out to CJ Southwest Tire for making all that possible. All right, Kendon Wood, I think this is the first time we've officially met. I'm trying to ring my brain, and maybe not. So tell me if for our first time meeting ever, and I don't know anything about Kendon Wood. Is he married? Is he not married? Does he have kids, boys, girls? Kind of break down Kendon's life.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah. I come up from Hollis, Oklahoma. That's where I was born and raised, a little small town, right?
Yeah.
You know, I come up here to college, went to SWOSU, and I graduated from SWOSU.
Go Dogs.
Yep, go Dogs. And so there I met my wife, and she is a Weatherford girl, Ashley Williams. Tim and Tammy Williams are her parents. Oh. But yeah, I met her, and then the rest is history there in the sense, fell in love. We got married, and then she actually got on, after college, she got on working for Bertram. She worked at Bertram Elementary for 4 years, and then we have 3 kids now, so she's stay-at-home mom at the moment.
Oh,
so I've got 2 boys and a girl, and so yeah,
How old are the kids?
So I've got a 9, 7, and 5.
Okay, so we got similarities in.
Yeah,
I'm running a 9, a 7, and a 13.
Yeah, it's fun all the time, right? You know, always something, something.
Everyone needs to be somewhere at some that's why I feel like I'm a permanent Uber driver, trying to figure out what time, who's got practice when, and what thing we got to be picked up from, but. Well, that's cool. And so, what are they ready for? Are they excited for school coming back?
Well, we actually homeschool our kids, and so they've been doing school all summer. And like, we don't get a break or whatever, you know. Like you get breaks every once in a while, type of deal, or whatever. But we sure enjoy being able to do that. Yeah. And so, yeah, it's been a fun time.
That's what.
Doing all of that.
Oh, yeah. Well, at least they've kept on some kind of schedule then, which I think is huge. We always talked about that with our kids, and we've definitely been in trouble there is trying to get them back into, all right, kids, let's start practicing, like, set your alarms, back to bed, 8:30. And that's what we used to say, okay, 8:30. Well, now, even tonight, my 7-year-old plays softball in Clinton. Her game's not even over till 9 o'clock. So we don't even get home till, it's like one of the, I don't know what's the responsible thing. Do we just, I don't know. Anyways. It is what it is. All right, City of Weatherford, hot topic right now. They formed a TIF committee for the area kind of over there on the south side of I-40 in between the water treatment plant and is it Home 2 Suites, I believe? Yep. There's kind of an area they're looking to build and expand. And stop me if I'm wrong, or maybe you can explain to me, for a dummy, what is a TIF district? What are they trying to do here with this area of land?
Yeah. So this gets developed. Developer comes in, and they offer a tax incentive, right, to these companies to be able to do this. And so I'll ask you a question.
Yeah.
So is money or internet in itself a good or a bad thing? Is it evil or good? No. It's how you spend your money, right? Can you use money for good or internet for good? Yeah. Can you do illegal things on the internet and with your money? Absolutely. Well, TIF, I look at it the same way, right? It's not good or bad. You got a lot of people who are saying they don't want a TIF in here, and then you got the other people who do want the TIF in here, right? And because it does use some of our city sales tax to be able to do this, right? They get a little leeway there, and they don't depending on the contract they have with us. And as a city, that's why we have a committee set up, is so that we can look through this and see what kind of contracts we want to set with these companies, these businesses. And so let's just take Yukon for example. They have some of their TIF districts have 25 years set before they have to pay in on sales tax or so much sales tax. I can have a kid, he can grow up, go to college, graduate, get married, and have his own kid by the time we get any of that back. And so honestly, my opinion on that one, and the mayor said it himself in some of our meetings, is 25 years is way too long, right? That to me would be the bad side of a TIF, right? Trying to use it that way. But maybe 5 years isn't so bad, right? 10 years at the max, so that we would be able to see that money quicker and back to us. I was just recently over in Elk City, and I noticed that one of their buildings right out in front of Hobby Lobby, I don't remember what business it is, closed in. It looks like it's starting to fall in and get yellow tinted on the building and everything. But the question is, if that's in their TIF district, which I believe it is, did they get any money back out of that? Did they get any compensation? Like, hey, we gave you a chance, come in here, but yet we didn't get any of your money. Like, maybe that's something we need to look into. I'm not for sure. That's why we have this committee, Is that something we can look into? Be like, hey, you come in, spend our money, right? The taxpayers' money, helping you out, and you didn't give us anything back. Like, maybe that needs to be in the contract. Like, that's the thing about a TIF is, like, there can be bad things of it, but there's also could be some good out of it. And so I want to be able to stay in office to help run it, because I've already started with the committee and been here, and so hope to stay in, and because I've already got some experience with it.
Yeah, no doubt. I think you hit the nail on the head. Is there's good and bad, and there's no doubt. Because then the other side of that, and not everything's money, right? Is it creates jobs, it creates another retail option for places to go, an incentive to build more houses and all that. Even though we are actually seeing a percentages coming in right away, and then the other side of that argument is, what about the companies that have been here? What about the companies that did establish themselves, that did take the risk? What about because I think my biggest complaint, I'm 50-50 really, I have not decided, is it seems like this is more of a corporate benefit. These are corporate companies wanting to come in versus what a small town USA was built on originally, is a lot of mom and pop shops, if you will, a lot of family run businesses that took the risk to start their business. And that's how they've survived the last several years. It doesn't seem to benefit them. And I think that's where I kind of get 50-50 on, well, but why not them? They need help too. It's kind of like this college loan forgiveness thing that comes out like, well, wait a minute, I had to pay mine back, at least some of them. Why can't I get that?
Yeah, I completely understand, and that's a lot of the concern there. And like I said, we didn't want to just shut the TIF down right off the bat, without looking into it. And I think the mayor's done a good job in that sense. Like, hey, let's create a committee. Right. Let's see what they want to offer. Let's just not say no and not see. There could be some good to it, right? There could be some benefit. And then be able to say, well, these are the types of things that we do and we don't want. Like, what kind of businesses that are going to go in there. Me personally, I don't want to see a Hooters or a Twin Peaks go in there. Right. I don't believe that our town should have things like that, and that's my own personal belief on that one there. But, things like that.
I'm rooting for a not a Five Below. That's where all my money goes. Jeez.
Yeah, and so being able to work with the committee, we believe we have a great committee there. We got 7 people on that committee, and we got a definitely diverse committee. We have actually business owners, and that they can say their side of it and see all the things there. And then we've got developer on the other side and just different people there to be able to say all that. And as it goes through them, then it comes up to the commission. And so there's multiple eyes. And I believe this is a good way to be able to do that. Do I believe we need to just say yes to everything? Absolutely not. Right. And if you're asking me, am I against the TIF? No, I'm not saying that. I believe that you need to handle it properly and look at every aspect. And what is good for Weatherford, that's the whole goal, and try not to harm any businesses. We don't want to run any businesses out of town by any of that. So, yeah.
Plus, who wants to build next to a sewer plant? That's the other part of that. Okay, well, I get why you might want to incentivize that. All right, so let's talk about what's good for Weatherford. You kind of mentioned that. What is good for Weatherford? What do you hope you're elected? Yes, another 3 years go by. what do you look back and go, all right, yeah, this was good for Weatherford. We were able to do this.
Yeah, recently Shooting Star Park fully open. The other part of it, right? The other sections just opened up, and that was great. I
love it.
My kids, I think in the first 3 days we went every single day and we're out there, and so they are enjoying that. But things like that. And one thing I'd like to say, even just for the city of Weatherford, like, we have a great community. I actually talked with the architect of the Shooting Star Park. He's from New York City. He actually told me, he goes, I've built parks all over America, and he said, this is the only place I've been where I have not heard negativity and complaining and just always something and just hateful people. He goes, you have a great community, and that's saying something if he's coming from New York, right?
Yeah, doesn't take a lot not to be better than them, but I know what you're saying. He's been everywhere, and he's nice. He's the one that did the Gathering Place. He's the one that did all the amazing parks, and yeah, to say that his experience is here. So you mentioned is growth good, I guess is my question. We're talking about sending money. I know I'm making up a number now, 15,000 when college is in, maybe 13,000 citizens. Is it, when we bring in these businesses, we've got the Amazon facility coming, we've got the industrial park still has another 50 acres, I believe, available. Are we wanting to become like a Yukon? Are we, in your eyes, or are we wanting to become, I love the fact that my car doors is barely locked. I love the fact that my kids can walk around and drive or ride their bikes around the neighborhood and feel safe. I mean, I love that sense of it, and I've seen many places when they get too big, all of a sudden you lose that. What is your dream for Weatherford and your kids growing up here?
Yeah, and you're not saying your address, right? You said your doors weren't locked.
No, when I was in Lubbock, my car was broken into several times, locked or unlocked. I found unlocked, you don't have to clean up a broken window. So either way, yes.
Yeah, no, I totally understand. We do have a great city in that we don't have a lot of crime here. We got a great emergency services here, that's so wonderful to have that. Our city is clean. I've been to other places, and I'm like, oh man, we don't have it. We have it really good in Weatherford, and so, it kind of depends on what, on the person, right? Do you want to live in a bigger place, or you not want to live in a bigger place? I did have one citizen say, like, I don't want to get too big, but I'd like a few more new things, right? I'm like, first of all, we need to fill in like where Wendy's or what Carl's Jr. used to be, right?
Yes.
When we try to get something in there, we have empty places there over by Harbor Freight. Some of those deals are empty there, and I'm not sure if over there where Domino's is, all of that little deal is all full, but like maybe we can get some businesses in there, whatever, and hopefully fill that in. But yeah, I like being able to just drive a little bit to the city, get, the higher end stuff that, anything like that if I need to, and be able to come back to what I'd call a smaller town. I'm from a super small town, so like this is a city. This is a city to me.
That is awesome. Well, the election coming up August 25th, and it is happening. There's a forum again tomorrow night, and do you look forward to that? How do those? Do they tell you the questions going in?
Absolutely not. It is the questions are brand new to everybody. They tell you right there, and you get 2 minutes to answer it. So you better be ready with an answer on it. And so it's fun though. I enjoy it, being able to talk about it. So. Hopefully people will come out to it and listen to it, but they'll also have it, I believe, on, you can watch it later on live stream or something like that. And so, yeah, please come out and listen to it. And there will be no live questions, so on that part.
I can't just raise my hand.
That is correct.
Jeff Perrong has a list of the predetermined questions going into it and all that stuff. Kendon Wood in the studio with us, running for Ward 1 City Commission in the city of Weatherford. The election's coming up August 25th. You want to give me your stump speech, if you will, or your, hey, this is why I want to do it again. This is why you should vote for me.
Yeah, I really enjoyed the past 3 years. Got to really be a part of the city. I go out to Calvary Baptist Church. I'm a Sunday school teacher and a deacon out there. And reading the Bible in Galatians 5, it says, but by love serve one another. By love. Well, how can I love my city? Well, it says to serve one another. I don't get a lot of opportunities to be able to do that. There are out there, but I'm like, where can I serve that not a lot of people want to do? Let's just be honest. Last election with Ward 2 and 4, there was only one person that ran in each one, so they didn't have to campaign. Right?
That's the best way.
Yeah.
That's how you win.
But not a lot of people do this. Honestly, there's just me and one other guy in my ward, right, to do this. So not a lot of people are wanting to do this. And I thought, this is somewhere where I can do this. So I work in the oil field. I'm a natural gas measurement tech. And so I deal with finite numbers all the time. So we measure the gas, and I look at it, and I see that kind of data that comes through. And, well, I can just transfer that over and see. So when you go to that election school, that the elected official school, they teach you, first thing they say, know your budget.
Right.
And so the budget, like we were talking about earlier, like you got millions of dollars. They're like, well, where are we spending this? Even down to the penny. Like you should be like, hey, I spent $1 over here, or $2,000 over here. And so it really helps me to be able to do that. And so I just way to be able to serve the city, and so I love doing it.
Kenton Wood, again, August 25th is the election, and that is when you should get out and vote. I appreciate your time this morning.
I appreciate it.